For those that don't know me, I'm Bruce Hyland. I'm a United States Army vet from the Vietnam era. I'm also a VVAW member from Indiana, and I was part of the 40th Planning Committee for this anniversary we're having today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It started last night with a pretty good party at Thai Bin Restaurant. We had a substantial number of people were there, and probably broke a few city ordinances along the way. But it was a really good time was had by all, I think. I know I had a great time. So it's good to be here, and also I wanted to welcome all of you for coming this weekend. It's great to see the number of people that have turned out for this. We've got a pretty good program, I think, lined up today. A lot of interesting panels, and we need to cover a couple of administrative items here this morning. The men's bathroom, of course, is right here. Yeah, it's a good thing. The women are across the lobby and through the door. There's a restroom there. There is no type of testing of any alarms or anything like that today planned for the building, so if you hear a fire alarm, it's the real McCoy. We're smoke-free here, so anybody wanting to smoke, it's outside in the front. Can't smoke in the building anywhere. And I think that's about it. I'm going to turn over to a fellow committee member, Bob Gronko, and he's got a couple items he'll cover with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. I'm going to lower this for a minute because I'm shorter than most everybody here. But I have to go over a couple of things that we want to make sure everyone's aware of here. You already talked about the bathrooms. Everybody knows where those are. If anyone has a cell phone on, please turn it off, put it on vibrate or something so that thing's not going off while people are trying to listen and pay attention and concentrate on what's going on. Thank you for that. There is, if you haven't already noticed, a lot of merchandise out here, a lot of information on some of these tables out here. Use your money freely here. There's not a problem with that. There is also going to be food here during the course of the day. It's technically donated, but we're paying for it. So if you could donate toward that food that you are munching on and chewing on during the course of the day, please do so. Out here we'll have a hat or something, maybe Amy's do-rag here or something to collect money in. So please help us with our food bill. I also want to thank our coordinating committee. We have a lot of people that did a lot of work here to get this thing organized over the course of, I don't know, a year it seems like. It seems like a lifetime. But there's a lot of us that are involved. Kurt Hilgendorf. I heard Barry already. There's Barry Romo sitting right there. Everybody knows him. Bruce Hyland you already heard from. There's Ken Nielsen over here you're going to hear from in a minute. Catherine Miller you may have talked to or, well, you may have registered with already. She's out there at the registration desk. Thanks, Kat. Let's see, there's, I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody, but there's a few other people who helped us along the way. Hannah Frisch, you probably, many of you are aware of what she does to help our veteran comrades. Aaron Hughes has helped us along the way here. IVAW member. And how could I forget our captain. She's going to beat me up for this. But I call her our captain. Amy Myers has done a lot. You've probably talked to her. She's probably called and pestered you. She's responsible for most of this. And I have to bring you up here, Amy. You have to come up here. You're not going to talk. I won't make you talk. But I have something for you. We have something from the committee, from the organization. We have a check for you, actually, for $200 for you to give and donate to the organization of your choice. And we know there's a couple organizations dear to your heart that you would. One is VVAW. There's Iraq Veterans Against the War. But this is the check, even signed by Barry Romo. So you have his autograph. So that's for you to donate to the organization of your choice for all the hard work you have done, and we thank you. We are appreciative. Thank you, Amy. Surprise, surprise. She's going to kill me. Okay, next I'm going to bring up Ken Nielsen to speak a few words.
Okay, so it's my charge to go over the schedule with you. Everybody has it, so I won't get into any detail. But the main things going on today are really, aside from you all being here, is our panels. Our first one's going to be up in a couple minutes. It's going to be emceed by one of my favorite characters of the Chicago VVAW clan, Bill Davis. And that panel is going to be the VVAW panel, and pretty much anything goes until Bill says to stop. So our second panel is going to be emceed by John Prados, and that's going to be our art panel, veterans, art, activism. It should be extremely interesting. Aaron Hughes from IVAW is going to be on that panel. Aaron's done some amazing art, and you'll see it tomorrow, actually, for anyone who's going to the museum. And he did the poster, which is awesome. And then we're going to have, in the afternoon, the IVAW panel. And I hope everybody stays around for that. I'm sure it's going to be extremely interesting. One last thing, bit of, I guess, I don't know what you call it. The last bit before we get the show on the road, it's, we're going to have Kurt take over.
20 years ago, when VVAW held its 20th anniversary celebration here in Chicago, members of the local chapter here, as well as as members from around the country, worked very closely with the first African-American mayor of Chicago, Harold Washington, to get a resolution passed proclaiming the 20th anniversary of VVAW to be VVAW Day in Chicago, and to have everybody sort of recognize that. And so one of the things that we wanted to do for this year, this time around, for the 40th anniversary, was to try to get a similar resolution passed, which we actually did with the help of Alderman Helen Schiller and some other people around. Steve Majors, who isn't here right now, did a lot of work on this. But I wanted to read it, and so everybody should hear it. And this is in honor of Vietnam Veterans Against the War. Whereas on August 4th, 2007, Vietnam Veterans Against the War, VVAW, the first Vietnam veterans organization established to oppose the war, will help celebrate its 40th anniversary. And whereas during the remaining years of the war, VVAW's membership grew rapidly, and following the end of the war, the organization turned its attention to the government's neglect of veterans and their problems. And whereas VVAW was the first organization to call attention to post-traumatic stress disorder, then known as post-Vietnam syndrome, health problems related to Agent Orange, and the need for vet centers. And whereas VVAW has been involved in the struggle for civil rights and has long participated in movements such as the movement against apartheid in South Africa and increased U.S. military involvement around the world. And whereas VVAW has specifically opposed from the beginning the current war in Iraq and has continually worked for proper care of veterans who have returned. And whereas veterans from all over the country will be attending the events arranged for August 4, 2007, including speaking and music events and a memorial dinner at Roosevelt University. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the mayor and the members of the Chicago City Council, do hereby proclaim August 4th, 2007 to be Vietnam Veterans Against the War Day in Chicago. And it should be also noted that this particular document has been signed by one Richard M. Daley, Chief. Yes, may his head explode, and may lots of other things happen today as a result of that. So this goes out to everybody from VVAW. Thank you.